EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland and M&T Bank Stadium. The two teams emerging from their respective tunnels a minute ago to the approval of this Baltimore crowd. They're all set as their Ravens will match up with the Denver Broncos. NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. They'll start the drive with Wilson. And he'll hope that this is not a sign of what's in store as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. To throw is Jackson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. This defense for the Broncos, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Seattle.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. Now Jackson. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And it's a tremendous return as they finally get him at about the 10-yard line. Remember, Charles, this is the #1 defense in the NFL, and they proved their mettle here, forcing the turnover on the opening possession.
And sometimes when you play a team that has that reputation, that's earned it by their play, the psychology is, okay, they're #1. They have to prove it to us, and they tried to attack. They found out that that ranking was real.
And if history is any indication, when this defense gets off to a good start, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Nick Chubb, touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Broncos are on the board first on the road here in Baltimore. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys?
And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A great play there. With touchdown number 27, that ties Priest Holmes for the 3rd most in a single year. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game. Justin Tucker for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs. So they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Now a throw here to his running back. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down. He's fresh off that 3-touchdown performance last week that got him AFC Offensive Player of the Week. So you know that he was already on their radar. Now he's maybe even a bigger plane on their radar.
Bigger plane. I mean, he is the big dot on that screen that they're looking at and saying, how in the heck do we stop him? They're going to try a bunch of different things, different people covering him. But right now, he's locked in and is in sync with his quarterback.
And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Nick Chubb with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Broncos have taken the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From his end zone, Wilson. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
2nd down, this is Wilson. He takes this for 3 to the 29. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. They'll try and pick it up on the ground with Wilson. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down. And he's going to have a Ravens 1st down as the tackle made it about the 43-yard line. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Wilson going to try the right side. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Play action. It's Jackson. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. It's a big play there for Baltimore. Pretty good yards after the catch there on that crossing route. Is a crossing route good for a quarterback because the receiver's coming across his line of vision?
They love those kind of throws. And how many times have you seen any of what we call an in-breaking route? Quarterback really turns it loose, doesn't he? Has a lot more confidence because he can see the play right in front of him.
Wilson. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. 2nd and goal from the 1. They'll try and run with Wilson. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A great effort there with his 28th touchdown, drawing level with Shaun Alexander for the 2nd most in a single year. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game. Tucker with the extra point. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle, feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now this time he'll look to throw. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Odafe Oweh able to record his 5th sack of the season.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both of these offenses having their way so far. So maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely. And that sack finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down. The Broncos send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. 13 yards the tally on the return there. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really looked clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Sliding out of the pocket. And incomplete on the deep ball.
As a former defender, I can feel their sigh of relief after that one, because when he breaks out of the pocket and you face a mobile quarterback, he causes all kind of problems in your secondary. They were able to force that incompletion.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave them trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. Being chased out left. And he'll just get rid of it.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Kirk now, the return man. 45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. They'll look to throw. They'll get this to Chubb out of the backfield. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. So, Charles, this defense, they definitely know that they've got their hands full here, going up against a group that has won 7 straight. What's the key for them in this ball game?
Well, we asked their defensive coordinator that very question, and the response was, we have the mindset that they actually have to react to us, not the other way around. So it sounds to me like the plan is to do the attacking and not wait to see what they present to them.
113 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They'll set up to throw. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. A bit of a catch for him to remember. That's number 400 for his NFL career. Not a bad number at all. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 19. Well, they were in a great position to take the lead, Charles. Obviously, all they needed was a field goal to do that. They wanted the touchdown. Unfortunately, they're going to get neither.
And you know every offense talks about the same thing each week, don't they, Brandon? They want to end every drive with a kick, whether it's a field goal attempt, a point after the touchdown, or at worst, a punt. This time they had that opportunity but didn't get it because you know the field shrinks that close to the end zone, and that allows the defense to tighten up their coverage, and they picked that one off.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Play action. Now Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Now it's Jackson. Over the middle, complete. It's Carr. They find some open field here. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. The thing that hurt on that play, the missed tackle, that allowed the extra yardage. It's a matchup game in the NFL. You get the guy that you want isolated, have him miss a tackle, and off you go. Wilson with a first down carry. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon. 2nd and 4. Here's Jackson. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Now Tucker to add the PAT. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly. Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow. Yeah, will they make up for it? 2nd down, here's Chubb again. And he's going to have a Broncos first down as he'll get this up to about the 42. 130 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL. The best multitasker in the business, the coach. Rolling to his right. He's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They give to Chubb out of the gun, and he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Back to throw here. Open man is Kirk, complete. And he'll be stopped short of the first down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28. Running for it. Here's Chubb. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Nick Chubb with another touchdown, number 24 on the year. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied here in the second quarter. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21-all the score as the kick's away. And Wilson is perfectly content to bring this out to the 25, a touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And with 40 seconds to go, that's, you'd think, time enough to try to mount a drive should they decide to do so. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Jackson from the shotgun. And he rifles one incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Jackson to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Jackson. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. From midfield now, here's Jackson. They'll roll him out right.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
2nd and 11 now.
We changed it. Here we go. Let's bring it. Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's bring it.
Jackson now. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Carr. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. Now Justin Tucker. He has hit from 61 in his career, so he has the leg for this. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And Charles, they trail here, though not really the fault of this offense.
No, they certainly did their part in the first half. But when you're in a shootout like this, you definitely want your defense to play better, but you know that's out of your control. All you can do, keep putting points on the scoreboard and keep giving your defense opportunities to make stops.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. And again, it's Chubb. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 180 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. That's caught on the left side by Kirk. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. They're going to look to throw. Well, I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. This is the tight end Fant. And he'll only get this to the 17, well shy of what he needed. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to fourth down. And his kick is indeed good, and that will tie us at 24 all. So they come away from this opening drive of the third quarter with only 3, but it does draw them even.
Yeah, and that has to be job one, doesn't it? A touchdown definitely would have been nice. We know that. But here, you get back on even terms, and now you've got most of the second half to try and get yourself into a position to win.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And their 3-point halftime lead gone now, back to a tie game. But, Charles, I don't imagine that changes too much for this offense.
I would agree. I don't think it changes much at all, whether it's a 3-point lead or a tie game. They know they have their work cut out for them, and they were going to run their offense in the same vein. But give them credit for a good read right there, because they read the man coverage on the right side and sent the tight end a few steps down the field and then angled him to the left on a crossing route. And he was able to get enough separation on this play to turn it into a nice gain.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A give. This is Wilson. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
They'll run again with Wilson. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4. Jackson. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
And he's able to get this one down to about the 40. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. From the gun, it's Jackson. Got his man. That's the Pro Bowler Julio Jones. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A big connection on that one. 35 yards.
Check 26, check 26. Yeah.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 29, too short of LaDainian Tomlinson's all-time record 31. And the Ravens have broken the tie. Tucker now for the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
Now a 2nd down and 6. They'll set up a throw. He's going to find his tight end. That's Hunter Long. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down into those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
Baltimore. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA. Right back to Dobbins on first. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. 2nd and 11. From the gun, Jackson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
On 3rd down, Jackson. And that is incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. Tucker's kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. A tougher task for them now. That turnover on their last possession led to the field goal, meaning that they have to now try to erase a 2-score deficit here in the 4th. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Going out wide, finds Chubb. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. is going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. Picked off at the 33, and he will bring this back. It's a pick six and a Raven touchdown. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they were ultra confident coming in, that's for sure. They had won 7 straight, but number 8 not looking to be in the cards right now. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. They'll drop to throw. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Now back to throw. And this one incomplete. And another throw that really could have been, maybe should have been intercepted. That would have been number 4. Instead, it's 4th down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. They'll run on 1st down. Wilson, they're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Space to run past the 20. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A great effort there. Becoming just the 2nd player with 30 touchdowns in a single year. And the Ravens add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Tucker now to add the point after. And the lead is now 24. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
The Broncos on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. He's got his tight end Fant, and he will have the Broncos first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Again, he'll drop to throw. He's got Ayuk once again. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Back to throw again. Going right back to Fant. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They've got it 1st and goal as they look to punch in a late score. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. His 2nd rushing touchdown of the year and 3rd overall. And the Broncos cut into that lead.
Partner, it wasn't that long ago that when I talk with these NFL coaches about different innovations in the college game, you can see their eyes roll and they just shut down right away. Don't bring me that Joe College stuff. Well, guess what?
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Able to get there and pick it. And he's into the clear. He's at the 40.
Well, there's some excitement, right? Go for 2, and instead it gets picked off. And how about the return? Give him a lot of credit, though, for not giving up after the play.
Yeah, the troops rallied.
Exactly, and getting back there and making the tackle and not giving them 2 points themselves.
Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Now it's Wilson. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Now they'll hand it off to Wilson. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
4th down now after a loss of 2. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
And it bangs off the left upright and deflects away. It's no good. So plenty of leg, but it's the accuracy there that lets him down.
Yeah, he hit it really well. I think this might have been good from 55, but you'll see it just conk off that upright, and they're denied a chance at 3 points.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. Second down, here's Chubb again. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Ravens, they continue to put themselves in position for a first-round bye as they move to 8-2. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Houston Texans next week. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, they suffered just their second loss as they drop to 8-2 now on the year. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.